Alright. Welcome to Blue Pill Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. So I always try to do like a Blue Pill podcast. Well, this channel is mostly Conspiracy Corner, but every now and then I have a Blue Pill podcast planned, but I always try to do more conspiracy because I know that's what people are mostly here for. You guys know me. Every now and then I will pick up a paper if I see like a really interesting article that I think would be good content. So today I found this article on the front page that seemed pretty interesting. Kind of reminded me of the last time we did this, of a read along with commentary of the crazy local Kentucky news. The story last time we did was like a dog getting rescued from a cave. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting story. We got a crazy story similar to that today. A funny one. And one of them is a true crime one, if you guys like true crime. I personally like true crime. To me, true crime ties in a lot with conspiracy theories. Look at like Charlie Manson, connected with the CIA, connected with MK Ultra. Ted Kaczynski connected with MK Ultra. The Picton farm connected with the Trudeau family, allegedly. You can't really have conspiracies without true crime. So we're going to dive into that. As far as the update, yeah, I just took a bath yesterday, shaved and bathed. I'm going in tonight, early, on my day off, get some hours, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, I will send you a bumper sticker and a bookmark. Right now I'm doing like a 2-for-1, just because we only have like 2 or 3 of these left. These I will automatically sign, the bookmarks, unless you tell me in the comments through the Buy Me a Coffee that you don't want it signed. These stickers, by the way, are super fucking durable, man. My wife has one on a coffee mug, which has been washed a billion times. Holds up still. I have one on the back of my car. It's been rained on, snowed on, frozen over with ice. Motherfucker's still on there. No damage. Yeah, they're good fucking bumper stickers. But alright, let's get on with the first story. Had to fix me another cup of joe. So, I don't know. I always like survivor stories. I actually did a whole episode. I think it's literally called Survival Stories. I like, have you ever seen that movie, James Franco, where he's stuck in, he was hiking by himself and got stuck between 2 rocks. And by the way, this is like a true story, and got stuck there for 3 or 4 days and started hallucinating, dehydrating. He ended up having to cut his own arm off with a pocket knife. It's an insane fucking movie. It's an insane fucking story. Maybe one day we'll cover it, but I like that type of shit, like survivor stories. Like I said, what was it, last week we covered that dog getting rescued. I just like weird shit like that. That's why I created Blue Pill Podcast, of I don't want to talk conspiracies 24/7. Sometimes I just want to cover crazy true stories, So this is what happened locally. Hikers got rescued after search in Jessamine Creek Gorge, which is a local area. There's a little picture. Let's get into it. Nicholasville. Emergency crews from multiple agencies responded April 3rd to a report of 2 lost hikers in the Jessamine Creek Gorge, which, by the way, me and Sammy have hiked there before. I'm sure I got a shit ton of photos. I just don't remember. We've hiked so many fucking places. It is so hard for me to remember and differentiate which ones. Because, I mean, yes, each one has, like, its own special thing or something, but, like, at the end of the day, it's the woods and rocks and dirt. Like, it's kind of hard to differentiate memory, you know? Ultimately locating both individuals and safely escorting them out after several hours of coordinated search efforts. According to a public disclosure report from Jessamine County Fire District, crews were dispatched at approximately 5:10 p.m. to the area of Jessamine Gorge trails. By the way, that's a little late in the evening to start hiking. Best time, honestly, is like early morning, dude. Like, drive there when the sun is either just rising. You want to get there, like, when the sun is rising, because that's the coolest time. Plus, you got all day. Like, if you're feeling good that day and you want to hike, like, an entire fucking place, because there's, like, several places. Like, we've done Ravens Run, and it's, like, right up the road from here. But there is so many fucking trails at that place. Like, I think we ended up visiting it, like, I think, like, 4 or 5 times to hike every trail of the place, you know. We may have skipped, like, 1 or 2 trails, or maybe 3. But when we go hiking, we will keep going back to a place to hike, like, all the trails. Like, we did the same thing with Shaker Village. We kept going back to it, especially because it was right outside our hometown, Harrodsburg. And, yeah, that's the best time to show up, though. It's, like, early morning. So, 5:10 in the afternoon, that's a little late to start hiking. To the area of Jessamine Gorge Trails, the incident was classified as a public service call involving a citizen assist for lost persons. Initial reports indicated 2 hikers were missing, with one suffering from dehydration and exhaustion. Responding agencies included the Jessamine County Fire District, Jessamine County EMS, Jessamine County Emergency Management, Nicholasville Fire Department, Wilmore Fire Department, and Jessamine County Sheriff's Office. So they had, like, everybody out there. It reminded me, my wife went to work today to just, like, check in for something. She said they had, like, some homeless guy come in and ask to use the phone. And then he ended up leaving. Next thing she knows, she thinks it was about this guy, but right up the road, like, they had 7 cop cars for, like, 1 dude. It was ridiculous. Like, the whole fucking, like, they had 2 different fire departments, Wilmore and Nicholasville, for these 2 people, which, that's kind of a serious thing, though, like, rescuing 2 people on a hiking trail. So I'm sure that's why they had so many people, so they could spread out, go down different trails and look for these people. Another thing, too, like, when we go hiking, not every place has it, but a lot of places do, especially if it's like a place where it actually has, like, a center, like some places have, like, educational centers. They actually have staff. And what you do is you check in and you sign in, and before you leave you sign out, because if you don't sign out, they just assume you're lost on the trail, and they will send people out there looking for you. So, like, yeah. Which is pretty cool, you know. A staging area was established at Bethel Christian Church on Phillips Lane, while an incident command post was set up at Jessamine Creek Gorge parking lot. Crews were deployed to multiple access. Would be kind of interesting. Hang on, my cat. It is kind of crazy, you know, like, the people who were, like, going in to hike or leaving to hike were probably like, what the fuck is going on? You know? Exciting day at the trail, dude. So points in an effort to locate the hikers using mapping technology and coordinated search patterns across the trail system and surrounding creek areas. I wonder what the mapping technology was. Jesus, man, trying to podcast. I got a cat busting in. I got alarms going off. Search teams navigated both marked and unofficial trails, even eventually locating the hikers near an intersection of Jessamine Creek and an unmarked path. One of the individuals was experienced difficulty walking and showed signs of physical distress, prompting crews to slow their pace and request additional support. Emergency personnel on scene provided medical assessment and care before coordinating the hikers' removal from the gorge. Utility task vehicles were used to transport both individuals and responders back to the staging area. Both hikers were evaluated further by EMS personnel upon arrival and were later released from care. So it sounds like, honestly, probably, if they were both walking, it sounds like they didn't bring enough water. And they probably got lost. And me and Sammy, man, we've had this problem before. So this is why I say, dude, like, look, I'm not the richest person and I'm not the poorest person. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself. But me, like, I always try to tip good. I always try to donate to places. Like, yes, hiking is free, most of these places. But if they have, like, a donation box, a lot of these places have donation boxes either at the trailhead or at the center or at, like, yeah. A lot of these places will have that. And I always try to donate something, like $1, $5, a bill. Because, like, what it is it's paying for, like, their mowing. Certain trails are mowed. It keeps them up with, like, the trailhead signs. And me and her have actually gotten lost quite a few times at tons of different places that we've hiked. Like I said, and we're pretty experienced hikers. Because trailheads are just missing, or the trails aren't cleared enough to understand where you're going, like, and you can get lost, but yeah, that, and bring tons of water. And we always bring, like, a snack, like a granola bar, something, beef jerky, something just in case, In total, 4 apparatus and 9 personnel from the fire district were involved in the response, along with additional support from partner agencies. The incident remained active for several hours, with crews working into the evening to complete the search, provide care, and ensure a safe exit from the rugged terrain. Officials reminded visitors to remain on marked trails. That's another thing, too, going off into the woods, you can get lost. Which, I ain't gonna lie, I have to do that sometimes, like if I gotta poop or pee. I mean, it is what it is, man. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You gotta go. When visiting the Jessamine Gorge trails, and to take necessary precautions, including carrying water and being aware of changing conditions. So let's get on with the next story. So I got 2 more stories, local stories that I thought were interesting. I hope you guys enjoy these episodes, just these more chill Blue Pill podcast, talk radio style, local news episodes. This one I had to share because I found it hilarious. Of, like, I love Kentucky, especially, like, the local news. Like, yes, there are good articles. Like, that first one was kind of an exciting story to me. But it shows you how small and, like, bumfuck Egypt Kentucky is sometimes. Because, like, this next story is so ridiculous that A journalist actually went out to this area, researched it. And that's another thing too. Like I love journalism. Like I was a journalist for like a little bit for the Garrett County newspaper and Garrett Echo. And I always loved the concept of like, it's one of the best jobs ever. Because it's like, you get to do the weirdest shit. You get to travel. And it's all paid for, you know, by the company. You know, it's such a cool job because like, it's not like your typical 9 to 5. Like, most people got to wake up and like go to the office or do construction or factory. And it's just like, oh, this is horrible. Journalism is so cool though, because it's like, oh, there's a county fair in Garrett County. Like, wake up and go to the fair. Go take some pictures, eat some corn dogs, like, go have fun on some rides. Like, that's your fucking job. But this story is so ridiculous. A bat found in Lexington home basement tests positive for rabies. Which, by the way, dude, rabies, dude, I watched a documentary on rabies somebody put together. First of all, it's like once you start having the side effects of it, it's like too late usually to treat you. So like they say if you get bit by a dog or bit by a bat, or even if you have contact with a bat, because their fangs are so little that you could probably not even know you got bit, to just automatically get rabies shots. Because yeah, once you start noticing the symptoms, which don't kick in until months later sometimes, it's probably too late, you know. And it's terrifying, like hydrophobia, body spasms, like it's just watch a documentary on rabies, dude. It's like one of the most terrifying diseases out there. I'd say rabies and like Kuru. So Lexington, the Lexington Fayette County Health Department, LFCHD for short, is alerting the public that a bat found in the Seven Parks Elizabeth Street area, zip code 40503, has tested positive for rabies. The bat was discovered in the basement of a home in that area. So environmental health staff will be posting rabid animal placards in the affected area. This just shows you how small of a town and small of an area Kentucky is, that like this is on in the newspaper. LFCHD's epidemiology, Jesus, I can read, and environmental health divisions have contacted the individual identified in the bite report, so the person was apparently bitten, to ensure they receive appropriate follow-up care, which is cool because, yeah, you don't want some dude in your neighborhood with rabies, like, walking down your road and he's like a zombie, dude. I mean, it would essentially turn you into a fucking zombie. Like, look what it does to, like, foxes and raccoons and shit who have it. Like, you become like a zombie, man. Residents who believe they or their pets may have had contact with any animal acting abnormally are urged to contact the health department immediately. Rabies is a fatal but preventable disease. Transmission can occur through a bite or through contact with an infected animal's saliva, via the eyes, nose, mouth, or an open wound. Bats have very small teeth and so that's crazy though, that you could get it literally just from like spit getting in your eye or your mouth. Yeah, I didn't know that. I figured it'd have to be, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. That's crazy though. Bats have very small teeth and a bite mark may not always be visible, which is what I was saying earlier. Public health officials say if you are unsure whether or not you were exposed, do not wait to seek guidance. Once again, because once the symptoms kick in, it's too fucking late, homie. Residents are encouraged to take the following precautions. Keep pets current on their rabies vaccinations. If your pet is not current, vaccinate immediately. I don't know how I feel about that. You guys know how I feel about vaccines. That's a conspiracy corner conversation. Do not handle, feed, or approach wild animals or any animal behaving abnormally. By the way, this is not for YouTube's sake. This is not medical information. I am not a medical physician. Just a precaution. If a bat is found inside your home, do not release it. Contain it if possible and contact the health department immediately. Seek immediate medical attention if you believe you or a family member has been exposed. To report a potential exposure, contact your local health department. So I got one more story. And I think we'll have time to cover the recent polls that I've been getting through Spotify, because I told you guys I put a poll out every episode on, if you're listening on Spotify, that you can fill out. I like it because it lets me know if my finger is on the pulse. It lets me know if I'm in the right on issues or if I'm in the wrong. Yeah, it's just nice to kind of keep up with what people think, if I'm on the same wavelength as everyone else, or am I just a maniac? This next story, though, we'll get into is human remains found in Madison County. Some true crime. I love true crime. So, human remains were found in rural Madison County. We're in Jessamine. I'm not sure where Madison County is. I don't know. So, this is out in the country, though. Richmond, it says. So, yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I've been to Richmond a couple times. Apparently it wasn't that memorable for me to remember exactly when and where and why I was there. Not that I'm connected with this crime. That sounded real shady right there. Richmond, Kentucky. Kentucky State Police, KSP for short, at the Richmond Post are conducting a death investigation following this discovery of human remains in a rural part of Madison County over the weekend. So I don't know what this is, man. They found it in a rural part. I'm guessing the woods. Could be a killer. There's been a lot of murders in general that I've heard about through the grapevine. Just like, hell, even just this neighborhood is shady as fuck, man. People get grudges against each other. Drug deals gone wrong. Could just be a fucking psycho out there. Who the fuck knows, man? Someone could have cheated on someone, so they're like, okay, I'm gonna kill you. People handling their business. According to KSP, Post 7 in Richmond was contacted just before 12 p.m. on Saturday, so noon, April 4th, 2026, in reference to possible human remains discovered in western Madison County. So that's a little crazy right there. I mean, was this like a hiking trail? I want to keep up with this story because I am curious about this. Was it a hiking trail? Was it somebody just trekking through the woods? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've walked through the woods randomly, like, you know. It's a little fishy, though. So, the initial investigation indicates human skeletal remains were located in a wooded area off Moran Summit Road in Madison County. So now they're giving the location, like, I could technically go out there and check it out. Take some pictures of a crime scene, you know. It's probably all roped off and shit. I don't know, but this was the 4th. It's already the 14th or 15th, so. Not far from the Garrett County line, which was where I kind of grew up. It's one of my hometowns, was Lancaster, Kentucky, in Garrett County. The remains were removed by the Madison County coroner and transported to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy and identification. So it sounds like it was skeletal remains, so meaning like this body has been there for probably years. It's saying skeletal remains, but you could still find out shit. Like, I'm curious if there's any like skull fractures, if the tips of the fingers, the bones are cut off, if the teeth are cut out, because if it was like a murder, man, and the person knew what they were doing, you would find all the teeth missing for dental records, the tips of the fingers cut off. Like I said, I like true crime, so I keep up with that type of information. Anyone who may have information about this investigation is asked to contact KSP Post 7 at 859-623-2404. The ongoing investigation is being conducted by KSP Post 7 Detective Anthony Bowling. He was assisted on scene by other KSP personnel, as well as the Madison County's Coroner's Office. Dun, dun, dun. What do you guys think, man? Creepy shit. That is one story that if I find any updates on it, I will update you guys, because that, like I said, I'm into true crime. A lot of people are, especially women. Women are really big into true crime, it seems like. Let's check out the polls, though. The recent polls, a little update for recent polls here on Blue Pill and Conspiracy Corner. So, let's see. On the episode 642, the episode was New Bookmarks, Another House Fire, and Trump's Pearl Harbor comment. Have you ever had a house fire? 100% all votes, no. No one has ever had a house fire except for me and my wife. If you don't remember, go check the episode out. I almost caught my trailer on fire. It was my dumb ass. I thought I had put a cigarette out in an ashtray. By the way, these are hand-rolled cigarettes. So, if you buy a pack of cigarettes from the store, like an actual factory-made cigarette, they have what it is FSC paper, I believe is what it's called. Which makes cigarettes go out if you're not sitting there continuously puffing on it. Hand-rolled cigarettes with a rolling machine and shit like I have. By the way, if you're interested in it, you'll save a shit ton of money. I did a whole cigarette rolling machine episode, a Blue Pill podcast episode. Go check that episode out if you're a smoker. 3 cartons for the price of 1. I literally show you the procedure. I talk about it. It's a little life hack. It's a Blue Pill podcast episode. It's not the most exciting thing, but if you're wanting to save money and you're a smoker, check it out. Anyways, though, I thought I'd put this cigarette out. It's still going. Trash can caught on fire. I had to rush it out. Smoked up the entire room. So that one's a little bit of an embarrassing poll, because it sounds like everyone in my comment section was like, no, we've never had a house fire. We're not retarded like you. So let's see. Baby found in landfill, episode 643, a Kentucky true crime episode. Is Jennifer Cummings innocent? And 100% of people think she's innocent. Go check that episode out for more information. Sadly, it was a true crime one. A baby was found in a landfill. If I recall, because that episode was a little while back, some recent DNA evidence is showing that she might be innocent. So, I don't know. Like I said, man, I don't know how I feel about DNA, because whenever they were doing the DNA testing shit for COVID, I started hearing a lot of, scientific, well-educated people through podcasts talking about how DNA is, like a scam, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. At this point in time, with how long I've been delving into conspiracy and seeing evidence about things, it's so hard to know what to believe. I'm pretty much agnostic on a lot of shit. I don't even know if fucking viruses are real. I don't know if nuclear bombs are real. I'm highly doubtful nuclear bombs are real. I think it's a lot of propaganda. I don't know. It's all fucking... Who the fuck knows what's going on anymore? So, Inside Baseball episode, 2 upcoming interviews, reading polls, and Amon Hillman talk. Episode 644. Which podcast is better? 100% of the voters voted the Conspiracy Corner. is a better podcast than Blue Pill. Well, sorry, today's episode is a Blue Pill. I hope you still tuned in and enjoy, though. That's it for polls, except for we got one more poll, but we'll save that for next episode. I think we'll wrap it up there. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I just like to do a Blue Pill podcast episode every now and then. Got some true crime, some people getting rescued, and rabies bats. Hope y'all enjoyed. Next episode, like I said, I try to do more Conspiracy Corner than Blue Pill. Next episode should be a Conspiracy Corner episode. There's tons of conspiracy shit I want to get into. You guys have seen my notepads before. It's fucking full as hell. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to go to work.